Title: Alone in the Shadows, a Home Alone story. Once upon a chilling night in the quaint town of Ravenswood, lived a young woman named Lily. She was accustomed to the solitude that often accompanied her evenings, as her job required late hours and her family frequently traveled. One particular night, however, would turn Lily's routine into a harrowing experience that she would never forget. As the clock struck midnight, Lily returned home from a long day at work, eager to unwind in the tranquility of her cozy apartment. Little did she know, the peace she sought would soon be shattered by an unexplained series of events that would defy the laws of reason. Lily settled into her favorite armchair, surrounded by the warm glow of lamplight and the soft hum of the refrigerator. Her only companions were the distant sounds of the city outside her window and the rhythmic ticking of the clock on the wall. Little did she know that the silence that enveloped her apartment was merely the calm before the storm. The first anomaly occurred when Lily, engrossed in a captivating novel, heard a peculiar scratching noise emanating from the hallway. She dismissed it as the sound of branches against her window, attributing the unease she felt to an overactive imagination. However, as the scratching persisted and began to morph into a rhythmic tapping, her skepticism waned. Curiosity overcoming her initial apprehension, Lily cautiously approached the hallway, where shadows seemed to dance in the dim light. The tapping echoed through the corridor, growing louder with each step she took. As she reached the source of the sound, a chill ran down her spine. It seemed to be coming from the closed door of her storage room. Summoning courage, Lily slowly turned the doorknob, revealing the inky darkness within. To her surprise, the tapping ceased, leaving her in a disconcerting silence. With a hesitant step forward, Lily flicked on the room's light switch, revealing a space filled with stacked boxes and forgotten belongings. No living creature was in sight, yet the unnerving feeling persisted. Shaking off the discomfort, Lily retreated to her sanctuary in the living room, convincing herself that exhaustion was playing tricks on her senses. Little did she know that this was just the beginning of a night filled with inexplicable occurrences. As Lily attempted to return to her novel, the atmosphere in her apartment shifted. The temperature dropped, and a subtle but perceptible breeze whispered through the room. She caught a glimpse of movement out of the corner of her eye, shadows that seemed to move independently of any light source. Brushing it off as a trick of the mind, Lily decided to take a break and make a cup of tea in the hopes of dispelling the lingering unease. As she waited for the kettle to boil, the air seemed to thicken, and a low hum filled the room. Lily's senses were on high alert, and she couldn't shake the feeling that she was not alone. Just as she reached for her cup of tea, the lights flickered, casting the room into momentary darkness. A shiver ran down Lily's spine, and she fumbled for her phone to use its flashlight. The shadows seemed to dance and elongate, taking on eerie shapes that flickered on the walls like ghostly apparitions. Compelled by an inexplicable force, Lily decided to investigate the strange occurrences further. As she ventured into the hallway once again, the air grew heavier, and an oppressive feeling settled upon her shoulders. The atmosphere seemed charged with an otherworldly energy, and Lily couldn't shake the sensation that unseen eyes were watching her every move. The climax of Lily's night unfolded when, as she stood in the middle of her living room, a chilling whisper reached her ears. It was a voice she couldn't recognize, speaking words that seemed to echo from the depths of a long-forgotten past. Goosebumps covered Lily's arms as she strained to decipher the unintelligible murmurings that surrounded her. With courage born out of desperation, Lily spoke aloud, addressing the mysterious presence that seemed to inhabit her apartment. "Who are you?" she questioned, her voice trembling. The response came in the form of a sudden gust of wind that extinguished the candles she had lit earlier, plunging the room into total darkness. Terrified yet determined, Lily fumbled for her phone once again, using its feeble light to guide her through the pitch-black apartment. As she approached the storage room, the tapping and scratching sounds resumed, accompanied by whispers that seemed to call her name. The room itself seemed to pulse with a strange energy. Summoning the last shreds of her courage, Lily flung open the storage room door. To her shock, The room was now illuminated by an ethereal glow that emanated from an antique mirror tucked away among the boxes. The tapping ceased, and the whispers subsided, leaving Lily alone in the surreal stillness of the room. Gazing into the mirror, Lily saw a reflection that was not her own. The figure staring back at her wore clothing from a bygone era, and its eyes held a sorrowful depth that transcended time. The room seemed to warp around her as the reflection beckoned, reaching out as if to bridge the gap between their worlds. Overwhelmed by a mix of fear and fascination, Lily felt compelled to touch the mirror. As her fingertips made contact, a surge of energy coursed through her, and the room blurred before her eyes. In an instant, she found herself standing in a different time, surrounded by the sights and sounds of a place that existed only in faded photographs and forgotten memories. As Lily navigated this otherworldly realm, she encountered spirits trapped between worlds, each with their own untold stories. It became clear that her apartment, seemingly ordinary in her time, held a connection to a forgotten past. Through her interactions with the spirits, Lily learned of unresolved conflicts, unfulfilled dreams, and a yearning for closure that transcended the boundaries of time. As the night unfolded, Lily became a conduit for these lost souls, helping them find peace and resolution. The mysterious occurrences that had initially filled her with fear now became a tapestry of interconnected stories, woven together by the threads of time and the unresolved emotions that lingered in the spaces between worlds. As the first light of dawn began to illuminate the horizon, Lily found herself back in her apartment, the antique mirror now just a reflection of her own tired but enlightened eyes. The oppressive atmosphere had lifted, replaced by a sense of tranquility and understanding. Lily, forever changed by the night's events, knew that the home she had returned to was not merely a collection of walls and furniture but a vessel for the stories of those who had come before her. In the aftermath of this extraordinary night, Lily decided to share her story with the world, documenting the inexplicable occurrences and the lessons she had learned about the interconnectedness of time and the echoes of the past that linger in the present. She embarked on a journey to uncover the history of her apartment, tracing its roots back to a time long forgotten. As Lily's tale unfolded, it became a beacon for others who had experienced inexplicable events in their homes, a testament to the notion that our dwellings, seemingly ordinary on the surface, may harbor secrets that transcend the boundaries of our understanding. Lily's courage in the face of the unknown had opened a gateway to a realm where the past and present coexisted, and where the stories of the forgotten